The story opens on Jar 9, a harsh desert world littered with twisted metal and abandoned ships, a graveyard of wars long past. Cade, a young salvage runner, navigates the endless dunes, scanning for anything of value. The environment is merciless. Gusts of hot, metallic-laden wind whip sand into his visor, and jagged metal shards threaten to tear through his suit. Yet he moves with practiced ease, a mixture of caution and curiosity guiding each step. The scrap heap is silent in a way that presses on the chest, as if the debris itself is holding its breath, waiting for an intruder to make a mistake. Cade's sensors pick up an anomaly, a faint energy signature buried deep beneath a heap of wreckage. Unlike the usual remnants of war machines, this reading is irregular, almost alive. Heart racing, he digs carefully through layers of rust and broken components, uncovering a gleaming suit of mercenary armor. It is unlike anything he's seen before, sleek, battle-worn, and scarred by countless engagements. Laser burns streak its surface, alien scratches etch jagged patterns across reinforced plates, and faint hums of dormant power whisper through the joints. The armor seems to pulse under his fingertips, a subtle, almost sentient energy that sets Cade on edge. Before he can fully process his find, a voice cuts through the heavy silence of the desert. "Put it back." "Or you're next!" Cade spins, instantly alert, searching the horizon for the source. From the shadows of a ruined ship, a tall figure emerges. Cloaked in dust and shadow, the mercenary's presence is imposing. His eyes glow faintly, unnaturally, as though carrying the memory of countless battles. The air seems to thrum around him, charged with quiet menace. Cade feels a shiver, not from fear alone, but from the realization that he has stumbled upon something far greater than himself. This is no ordinary mercenary. This is a survivor, a remnant of a human squad famed for unmatched combat skill, now fused with technology that hints at a lethal autonomy. The tension is immediate. Cade instinctively knows that this figure will not hesitate to act. The mercenary, Rin, as he will soon be revealed, does not approach aggressively, yet every movement radiates controlled power. The armor itself seems to anticipate action, responding subtly to Rin's presence, reinforcing the sense that the weapon and the man are one. Cade's mind races. Most scavengers would flee in terror, but something inside him, a mixture of audacity and curiosity, holds him in place. He senses opportunity, the potential for knowledge and power, but also immense danger. Cade's first instinct is to retreat, but the desert offers no cover, no allies. The scrap heap itself is as much an enemy as it is a resource. Shifting metal and loose sand could collapse at any moment. Cade reasons quickly, weighing his choices. This is not just a fight for survival, but a test of ingenuity. He begins to scan the armor, trying to understand what makes it tick, while keeping a cautious eye on Rin. Every flicker of movement, every whispered creak of metal could be a signal to strike. Rin's voice is calm but lethal. It carries the weight of experience, of countless battles where hesitation cost lives. "Put it back," he repeats, each word deliberate, a warning layered with the history of wars Cade can only imagine. The threat is clear, yet unspoken. The armor is not merely protective gear. It is a weapon, a tool of destruction and survival, and it will bring death to anyone unworthy who tries to claim it. The tension escalates rapidly. Cade is aware of his inexperience, yet he is also aware of his unique advantage: unpredictability. Unlike trained soldiers or automated drones, humans act in ways that cannot be pre-programmed. Cade's mind races, thinking of distractions, evasive maneuvers, and clever tricks that might allow him to claim the armor without immediate death. Every gust of sand, every glint of reflected light, every shadow cast by broken metal becomes part of the mental battlefield he navigates. In those first moments, Part 1 establishes the stakes clearly. The scrap heap is not merely a setting but a crucible, testing Cade's instincts, courage, and ingenuity. The armor is more than an object. It is a symbol of humanity's lethal adaptability and the legacy of warriors who have faced overwhelming odds and survived. Rin's presence underscores the danger of claiming something beyond one's understanding. And Cade's choices here will set the stage for the conflicts, alliances, and epic battles that follow. The chapter ends with an electric pause. Cade stands over the armor, aware of the mortal threat behind him, the weight of history pressing down, and the first taste of what it means to be human in a galaxy that tests strength, wit, and courage at every turn. It is a moment heavy with suspense, foreshadowing a high-stakes adventure where every decision can mean life or death. Plunges Cade and Rin deeper into the chaos of a galaxy at war, revealing the high stakes behind the armor and the threat it draws. Immediately after the tense encounter in the desert, Cade realizes he is no longer a simple scavenger. He has unearthed a symbol of power and survival, and with it, a target. The armor, a relic of the legendary Mercenary squad lost in the Vokari War, is more than protective plating. It contains advanced systems capable of devastating offensive maneuvers, from plasma blades to reinforced shields. Its mere presence in Cade's hands threatens the balance of power between humans and the Vokari, an alien species whose technological precision and ruthless tactics have kept humanity on the defensive for decades. Rin, the lone survivor linked to the armor, wastes no time explaining the consequences of Cade's discovery. He is harsh, almost cold, but not unfeeling. Each word carries the weight of experience and battle-hardened pragmatism. The Vokari are relentless hunters, and they track anomalies like the armor with ruthless efficiency. Cade absorbs the gravity of the situation. This is no mere salvage operation. He has inadvertently placed himself at the center of a war far larger than he imagined. Rin's presence is both a warning and a lifeline. Without his expertise, Cade would be a sitting target for alien interceptors already on their way. The tension escalates immediately as the sky darkens with incoming Vokari drones, their metallic exoskeletons glinting under Jar-9's twin suns. Their movement is synchronized, a testament to alien precision and tactical planning. Cade's heart races, yet he does not freeze. His survival instinct kicks in. He and Rin fall into a fluid partnership, improvising defenses from the scattered debris around them. Cade uses his knowledge of the terrain to set traps, triggering sand and metal to collapse on approaching drones, while Rin wields the armor's latent weapons with deadly precision. The synergy is uncanny, human unpredictability combined with near-superhuman power. Amid the chaos, Cade demonstrates ingenuity that Rin did not expect. While the drones rely on programmed pursuit patterns and analytical targeting, Cade improvises with makeshift EMP charges and sensor-disrupting devices scavenged from the scrap heap. He lures the Vokari into traps that exploit the environment, shifting dunes, jagged metal, and partially buried wrecks. Each explosion, each destroyed drone reinforces a central theme. Human adaptability is as dangerous as any weapon. Rin, initially skeptical of the young scavenger, begins to respect his ability to think and react in ways no machine can anticipate. The battle escalates with a sense of cinematic intensity. Plasma beams scorch the air, sand erupts in fiery plumes, and the armor glows as it powers up to defend and strike. Cade experiences a rush of fear, adrenaline, and exhilaration, a moment where every decision is a test of wit, courage, and instinct. Even as Rin deflects lethal strikes with the armor, Cade manipulates the battlefield, turning debris into barricades and weapons into traps. The two complement each other. Rin is lethal precision, Cade is chaos incarnate. Together they survive against overwhelming odds, emphasizing the story's HFY theme. Humanity thrives not through sheer power alone, but through ingenuity, courage, and the willingness to embrace risk when others would hesitate. After hours of relentless combat, the Vokari drones are destroyed or forced to retreat. The battlefield is a testament to human resourcefulness. Crumpled metal, scorched sand, and the occasional shattered alien chassis tell the story of survival against a technologically superior foe. Cade, breathing heavily, begins to understand the armor's significance, not only as a weapon but as a symbol of hope and resistance. Rin's warning lingers in his mind. This armor isn't just armor. It's a beacon. They will come for it. And for you. Cade realizes that possession of the armor has thrust him into the galaxy's front lines. making him both a target and a catalyst for future events. Part 2 also deepens the character dynamics. Rin, initially distant and distrustful, begins to see Cade as more than a reckless scavenger. Cade's courage, quick thinking, and improvisation challenge Rin's assumptions about humans. He witnesses firsthand how raw ingenuity can rival technology designed for perfection. Meanwhile, Cade grows under Rin's tutelage, learning the stakes of warfare and the nature of interstellar politics, even as he struggles with fear and responsibility. Their bond is forged in fire and laser fire alike, a partnership that will begins immediately after Cade and Rin survive the drone assault on Jar 9, shifting the story from the merciless desert to the vast, dangerous expanse of space. The transition signals a dramatic escalation. The battlefield expands, stakes rise, and human ingenuity is tested on a galactic scale. Rin leads Cade to a hidden salvage ship buried beneath layers of wreckage, a stripped-down warfighter long abandoned, its hull dented and systems half dead. To an ordinary scavenger, the vessel would seem useless. To Cade, it represents both escape and opportunity. With Rin's guidance, they work frantically to restore enough functionality to launch, a task complicated by damaged engines, outdated software, and the constant risk of Volcari patrols. The first tension point arises during liftoff. Jar 9's atmosphere is thick with particulate matter from storms and explosions, and the wreckage above threatens to collapse at any moment. Cade's hands move with a mixture of precision and instinct, guided by sheer adrenaline. Every adjustment matters. One miscalculation could crush them beneath tons of twisted metal. The Volcari, relentless and adaptive, are already responding to the armor's signal. As the ship lifts, interceptor drones streak across the horizon, their plasma cannons aiming for the vulnerable vessel. Cade and Rin engage in a deadly ballet of maneuvering. Cade pilots while Rin, donning the armor, directs energy shields and fires improvised weapons at the pursuing drones. Once they break the planet's atmosphere, the story shifts to a breathtaking chase through an asteroid field. This segment highlights a hallmark of HFY storytelling: human adaptability. The Volcari excel in direct confrontation, calculating trajectories and exploiting predictable behavior. Cade, however, treats the asteroid field like an extension of himself, weaving between massive rocks, using gravitational pull and triggering collisions to disable pursuers. His unpredictability outmaneuvers the aliens' rigid strategies. Every near miss intensifies the tension. The ship groans under stress, and sparks fly as asteroid impacts rattle the hull. Yet human ingenuity wins again, the ability to improvise. To act unpredictably under pressure allows survival where technological precision would fail. Part 3 also expands the scope of the galaxy itself, giving readers a vivid sense of the human struggle against alien forces. Through Cade's eyes, the galaxy is a fractured expanse of colonies and outposts, each struggling to survive amidst larger conflicts. Humans are scattered, often under-equipped, yet their resourcefulness allows them to resist. Cade realizes the importance of the armor beyond personal power. It symbolizes hope and a rallying point for humanity in a war where their numbers are small, but their spirit is formidable. The stakes grow higher with each light year traveled, emphasizing that survival requires more than weapons. It demands courage, intelligence, and cooperation. As they navigate through space, the first encounter with an organized Volcari fleet begins. The aliens deploy a formation designed to trap and annihilate any escaping human vessels. Cade and Rin exploit every environmental advantage: debris fields, hidden gravitational pockets, and volatile asteroid clusters. Rin's armor reveals its full potential, plasma blades cutting through drone hulls with surgical precision, while energy pulses disrupt Volcari targeting systems. Cade coordinates maneuvers that no AI could predict, looping through tight passages, using inertia to swing the ship around enemy fire, and occasionally relying on instinct rather than calculation. Each maneuver is high stakes. Failure means destruction. The intensity of Part 3 lies not only in action, but in human drama. Cade's fear is palpable. He is constantly aware of the fragility of their situation. Rin, a seasoned mercenary, serves as both guide and moral anchor, demonstrating that survival requires both raw strength and disciplined judgment. The dynamic between them develops further. Rin begins to respect Cade's cleverness and audacity, while Cade gains confidence, learning that humans can challenge even the most technologically advanced foes through creativity and courage. Moments of quiet reflection are brief but poignant, as they witness the vast emptiness of space, the beauty and danger coexisting in stark contrast. By the climax of Part 3, Cade and Rin have survived multiple waves of Volcari pursuit, emerging not only alive but empowered. Their escape proves a central HFY theme. Humanity thrives not because it has the most advanced technology or overwhelming numbers, but because of adaptability, ingenuity, and daring. The armor amplifies their capabilities, but it is human intuition and courage that ensures survival. They leave the asteroid field battered but unbroken, a symbol of defiance in a galaxy dominated by a precise, merciless alien force. Shifts the story from a narrow escape into the heart of open conflict, as Cade, Rin, and a small group of human survivors confront a massive Volcari offensive. After their perilous flight through Jar 9's debris and the asteroid field, the duo realizes that the armor is not just a tool for survival, it has become a signal, a beacon that draws the enemy like moths to a flame. The Volcari, recognizing the armor's potential to rally humanity and turn the tide of minor skirmishes, mobilize overwhelming forces to capture or destroy it. The stakes escalate instantly. Failure could mean the annihilation of entire colonies and the loss of a key human advantage. The setting for this confrontation is the asteroid station Wix-3, a derelict facility retrofitted by human survivors into a defensive stronghold. It floats amidst jagged asteroids, a maze of metallic corridors, energy grids, and hidden turrets. Every surface is worn from previous battles, yet bristling with improvisation, human ingenuity at work. Cade and Rin arrive with urgency, knowing that time is short and the Volcari fleet is already converging. The station is their crucible. Confined spaces, limited resources, and high-tech adversaries create a perfect storm for tension. The Volcari assault begins with precision strikes. Drones descend from orbit, their exoskeletons armored and their plasma cannons calibrated to disintegrate human defenses. Their movements are methodical, coordinated, and merciless. Every human action is countered with ruthless efficiency. But Cade's understanding of improvisation gives humanity an edge. He quickly organizes the survivors, turning sections of the station into traps and kill zones. He places improvised explosives near choke points, rewires defensive turrets to create overlapping fields of fire, and uses holographic projectors to misdirect the enemy's targeting systems. The Volcari, masters of order and strategy, are forced to adapt to unpredictability at every turn. The combat is relentless. Plasma fire cuts through corridors, sparks fly as metal twists and groans, and the air thrums with energy discharges from shields and weapons. Cade moves fluidly, a mixture of fear and exhilaration propelling his every action. His leadership becomes evident. He delegates, improvises, and exploits weaknesses the Volcari never anticipated. Rin, in full mercenary armor, is a whirlwind of lethal efficiency, cutting through drone waves with precision strikes and energy pulses. His presence alone disrupts the enemy's focus, but combined with Cade's tactical thinking, they form a symbiotic force that is greater than the sum of its parts. This stage also emphasizes human adaptability under pressure. The Volcari deploy strategies aimed at overwhelming the defenders, flanking maneuvers, concentrated fire, and attempts to disable the station's energy core, but Cade anticipates and counters each attack with resourceful ingenuity. He rigs sections of the station to collapse on drones, reroutes power to defensive systems at critical moments, and improvises distractions that confuse the alien sensors. Every move underscores the story's HFY core. Humans survive and triumph not by brute force alone, but by combining intellect, courage, and relentless creativity. Amid the chaos, tension escalates further as civilians and non-combat personnel are trapped within the station. Cade must balance aggression with protection, ensuring that his tactics do not jeopardize innocent lives. This introduces emotional depth, showing that human heroism is not just about defeating enemies, but preserving the vulnerable in the process. Rin, usually a detached and solitary figure, begins to recognize the importance of trust and teamwork, seeing in Cade a reflection of the human qualities that machines and aliens cannot replicate: empathy, courage, and improvisational intelligence. The battle reaches a fever pitch when the Volcari attempt a full-scale boarding. Swarms of drones infiltrate the station through emergency hatches and maintenance shafts. Cade and Rin fight back-to-back, their movements perfectly coordinated. Cade deploys traps in tight corridors, herding drones into confined spaces where Rin can deliver decisive strikes with the armor's enhanced weapon systems. Sparks, plasma discharges, and metal debris rain down, turning every hallway into a perilous gauntlet. Yet, despite being outnumbered, humanity holds the line. Their improvisation and unpredictability continuously outmaneuver the Volcari, proving that ingenuity can outmatch sheer numerical and technological superiority. The story concludes with a powerful reflection on the human condition. Cade looks out over the star-strewn expanse, contemplating what it means to be human in a galaxy filled with superior technologies and merciless foes. Humanity's strength lies not in numbers, armor, or firepower alone, but in creativity, adaptability, and the refusal to submit to fear. Rin, once solitary and cynical, acknowledges that humans are dangerous precisely because they are unpredictable, capable of acts of courage and innovation that even advanced alien intelligence cannot foresee. Together, they embody the enduring spirit of humanity, resilient, inventive, and unyielding. The final scenes emphasize legacy and hope. Cade's survival and victories inspire a new generation of humans, proving that even in the darkest moments, courage and cleverness can turn the tide. Rin, now a mentor and ally, represents the synthesis of experience and raw potential. The armor, once a relic of past conflicts, becomes a beacon for the future, a reminder that humans, with their ingenuity and determination, can thrive against overwhelming odds. The story closes with an image of the galaxy dotted with stars, each colony a testament to human resilience, and the sense that, no matter the challenge, humanity will continue to rise, adapt, and prevail. Thrusts Cade and Rin into the climactic confrontation that will define both their fates and humanity's standing against the Volcari. After surviving the siege at YX-3, they set their sights on the Volcari flagship, a colossal fortress in orbit above a resource-rich human colony. The flagship is not only a mobile command center but a symbol of alien dominance. Its hull bristles with weapons, defense systems are near impenetrable, and its bridge hosts a commander whose intelligence and tactical precision have crushed countless human fleets. Cade knows that failure here is catastrophic. The survival of colonies, the safety of civilians, and the momentum humanity has fought to maintain all hinge on this confrontation. The infiltration begins with meticulous planning. Cade and Rin navigate the flagship's outer defenses using the armor's stealth capabilities and their own ingenuity. They dodge scanning arrays, weave between laser turrets, and exploit blind spots in the patrol patterns of Volcari drones. The tension is immediate and palpable. One misstep could trigger alarms and initiate a full-scale alert, transforming a calculated infiltration into a desperate escape attempt. Cade relies on instinct and intuition, recognizing gaps in the system that a purely logical AI would overlook. Rin, meanwhile, uses the armor to manipulate the environment. Energy shields absorb stray plasma fire, and the armor's enhanced sensors detect structural weaknesses that allow for rapid traversal. Inside the flagship, the story intensifies as Cade and Rin encounter resistance at every turn. Volcari soldiers, armed with precision weapons and reinforced armor, engage them in brutal, close-quarters combat. The corridors are tight, forcing Cade to improvise constantly. Collapsible walls become traps. Electrical conduits are rigged to short-circuit the enemy, and ventilation shafts provide alternative routes for ambushes. Every fight is a delicate balance of offense and defense, with Cade's unpredictability complementing Rin's controlled lethality. This sequence emphasizes the HFY theme, Human adaptability and creativity are as powerful as any technological advantage, especially against a foe who relies on calculated efficiency. The confrontation escalates as they approach the bridge. The alien commander, a towering intelligence fused with advanced neural interfaces, anticipates their tactics. It deploys automated drones, traps, and energy barriers designed to isolate and eliminate intruders. Cade responds with split-second decision-making, rerouting the armor's energy to create temporary shields and using environmental hazards to disrupt enemy formations. Rin engages directly, his plasma blades cutting through the drones with precision while also deflecting energy blasts. The choreography is a deadly dance, blending improvisation, technology, and raw human instinct. At the climax, Cade faces the alien commander alone. The environment becomes a high-stakes arena. Energy beams streak across the room. Debris from damaged consoles floats in low gravity, and the commander manipulates gravity fields to hinder movement. Cade relies on ingenuity, using the armor's energy to destabilize the command platform while dodging attacks that no ordinary human could survive. Timing, precision, and creativity converge, a displaced energy conduit, a carefully aimed blast, and a leap through a collapsing corridor combine to neutralize the alien commander's neural link, severing control over the flagship's systems. Meanwhile, Rin orchestrates the secondary objective, overloading the flagship's power core. Using the armor's interface, he triggers a chain reaction that destabilizes the ship from within. Alarms wail, corridors collapse, and the entire structure shudders as the Vocari lose control. Cade and Rin's coordination is flawless. Improvisation and foresight allow them to turn the aliens' own systems against them. The flagship begins to self-destruct, forcing retreating Vocari personnel to evacuate in disarray. It is a stunning demonstration of human ingenuity. They do not rely solely on brute force, but exploit knowledge, timing, and creativity to overcome a superior foe. This part of the story also emphasizes emotional stakes. Cade experiences fear, exhilaration, and the weight of responsibility simultaneously. Every decision carries consequences not only for him, but for the thousands of humans depending on this mission's success. Rin, who has operated alone for so long, begins to understand the power of trust and partnership. Their bond is solidified through shared danger, mutual respect, and the recognition that human adaptability is amplified when combined with experience and mentorship. By the end of Part 5, the Vocari flagship is neutralized, its systems crippled, and its command chain shattered. Humanity emerges victorious, not because of numerical superiority or technological perfection, but because of creativity, courage, and the ability to adapt under extreme conditions. Cade and Rin survive battered and exhausted, but their triumph sends a clear message across the galaxy. Humans cannot be predicted, controlled, or easily defeated. The victory is both tactical and symbolic, cementing the HFY theme that human ingenuity, resilience, and daring can overcome overwhelming odds, even against an advanced alien civilization. Begins in the immediate aftermath of the climactic battle aboard the Vocari flagship, with Cade and Rin emerging battered but alive. The flagship's destruction has sent shockwaves through the surrounding Vocari fleets. Alien vessels scatter in disarray, their formations shattered, and communications jammed. The galaxy has witnessed a human victory that no one expected. An audacious strike by two individuals, wielding ingenuity, courage, and a piece of legendary armor against the most feared alien forces. Yet the moment is fleeting. Survival is not guaranteed, and the consequences of their actions ripple outward with relentless urgency. Cade surveys the stars from the remains of the commandeered shuttle. He feels exhaustion in every limb, the adrenaline beginning to ebb, replaced by the weight of responsibility. Around him, debris from the flagship drifts silently in orbit, a testament to the destruction they wrought. Civilian colonies and human outposts previously under threat are now momentarily safe, but Cade knows this is only the beginning. The Vocari may have lost the flagship, but they are still a superior force with the capacity for retaliation. The stakes remain galactic, and humanity's survival depends on continued vigilance, strategic planning, and relentless ingenuity, Rin. who has spent decades as a solitary mercenary, begins to experience a revelation. He has relied on skill, instinct, and ruthless pragmatism for survival, yet Cade's resourcefulness and unorthodox thinking have shifted the dynamic. For the first time, Rin recognizes that humans are dangerous precisely because they refuse to conform to predictable patterns. Cade's quick thinking, improvisation under extreme pressure, and willingness to take calculated risks have allowed them to not only survive, but triumph. This realization underscores a core HFY theme. Human resilience and creativity often surpass raw strength or superior technology. The duo returns to YX3 to regroup, assess losses, and plan the next steps. The station, though damaged from previous battles, is functional. Survivors tend to their wounds, salvage what remains, and celebrate cautiously. Cade emerges as a natural leader, his actions during the battles demonstrating a combination of bravery, intelligence, and tactical skill that inspires others. Rin, once dismissive of humans as impulsive and reckless, begins to mentor Cade, emphasizing strategy, patience, and the importance of combining improvisation with discipline. Their partnership embodies a synthesis of experience and ingenuity, a human-led force that can challenge even the most formidable alien adversaries. Amid the aftermath, the armor is secured in a heavily fortified human facility. Its presence serves as a symbol of hope, rallying colonies scattered across the galaxy. News of their victory spreads quickly, inspiring resistance movements and reinvigorating the human spirit. The armor, however, is not just symbolic. It is a tool, a force multiplier capable of turning desperate situations into opportunities for triumph. Cade reflects on the irony. A scavenger, seemingly insignificant at first, has become central to a movement that may determine the survival of humanity. This evolution highlights another HFY theme. Courage, resourcefulness, and determination can elevate ordinary individuals into agents of extraordinary change. Yet victory carries sacrifice. Not all human lives were spared, and the cost of resistance is evident in the scars, physical and emotional, that remain among survivors. Cade grapples with survivor's guilt, the weight of decisions that could have gone differently, and the awareness that the Vocari will not forget this affront. Every action has consequences, and the galaxy remains a dangerous place. Nevertheless, the moment is one of triumph tempered by realism. Humanity has proven its ability to survive and adapt under extreme adversity, setting the stage for future conflicts where ingenuity and courage will remain their most potent weapons.